Thank you for watching another episode of Devar Malchus Chodesh Tov. This Parshas Toldos and Rosh Chodesh discourses by the Lubavitcher Rebbe from 5752, still very relevant now. We are on page 159. It's known that every Rosh Chodesh, the head of the month, has a general content that all months have in common, as emphasized in the Torah reading, the Musaf prayer regarding the offering of the day and on the head of the month, which is every month of the year, aside for Rosh Hashanah, and a specific content that is related specifically to the month, as emphasized in the name of the month and the holidays that are in it and the like. And we explain the special content of the Rosh Chodesh Kislev, both regarding the general content of Rosh Chodesh as well as regarding the specific content of Rosh Chodesh Kislev, that in it is emphasized the more general content of Rosh Chodesh, as we will explain. Moreover, and mainly, the connection of the above to the main point of the life of every single Jew and Jewish people as a whole throughout all the generations, all the days of your life, to bring the days of Mashiach, and with great emphasis in the generation and great time and our time period is spoken many times recently that we have already completed all matters, and the only thing necessary to accept Mashiach literally, actually, in general, the content of the Rosh Chodesh is emphasized in the name Rosh Chodesh, an idiom of Chiddush novel, namely so because of the birth of the moon anew, that after it gets smaller and smaller in the second half of the month until it becomes concealed completely on Erev Rosh Chodesh, it is born anew, and from the wondering of the verse, and you will be remembered because you will be missing from your place, that through the absence, missing from your place, similar to the hidden concealed moon, you will be remembered as accomplished, similar to the birth of the new moon. And although the birth of the moon is only a mere point, yet being it at the point of the birth, including in it the conclusion, or the continuation rather, after this, similar to the general inclusion of the whole existence of the person, his whole life, in the first moment that is born and comes out into the air of the world, and therefore it's called by the name Rosh Chodesh, similar to the head which includes the entire existence of the person, as emphasized in Rosh Hashanah, which is also Rosh Chodesh, and Rosh Chodesh Tishrei, the letter of Reshis, onset of the whole year, the verse Bekesh, in its hiddenness on the day of our holiness, the holiday, the moon is covered on it, and the concealment of the moon, which after this there is the birth as new, which includes the whole existence after this, which therefore included in it Rosh head of the entire year. And the content of this is the service of the Jewish people are similar to the moon, and by account by the moon are destined to be renewed like it, the innovation that is accomplished in the world through the service of the Jewish people, which may possibly say that also there is also Chadishim, your new months, renewal, including the renewal that happens to the Jewish people themselves, Chodeshechem, literally not only an innovation that accomplished by you, rather a renewal of your existence, and through their service in the world, they ascend to a higher level than the level before they descended below, as will be revealed in actuality in the true and complete redemption through David, King Mashiach, David of the Jewish people, and is alive and endures, and David and his kingship is compared to the moon. And when we say that on Rosh Chodesh has revealed in each and every Jew and Jewish a spark of Mashiach that is in him, the level of Yechida, which a spark of the general Yechida, soul of Mashiach, and the revelation accomplishes a renewal of his whole existence and all matters, that they become permeated with the level of Yechida, and mainly that through this is accomplished through the revelation coming Mashiach, including in the simple sense a soul and a body, a king from the dynasty of David. And this is exceedingly emphasized on Rosh Chodesh Kislev due to the specific content of the month of Kislev, namely the month Kislev, which denotes two words, Kis and Lev. Kis denotes concealment of the moon, you will be missed from your place, and Lev, which is the number 36, the numerical value of Ela, these denotes the revelation of the birth renewal of the moon, and you will be remembered as it is included in the whole continuation of this Rosh, the head, including the complete revelation of all the details of the 6 attributes, as each one is included in the 6 attributes, the number 36, 6 times 6, namely the Kislev is emphasized in the general content of Rosh Chodesh. Furthermore, in Kislev is emphasized the content of Rosh Chodesh more than any other Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh in general is the state of hidden Rosh Chodesh, which also means with an aleph, bekes, meaning kes, aleph, which Aleph after the Kes denotes only the beginning of the revelation, similar to the Aleph, which is in the beginning of the Hebrew Aleph base. It is not so regarding Kislev. Kislev is in which is emphasized also the advantage and completeness of the revelation in all the details of the attributes, which are 36. And from this it's understood that on Rosh Chodesh Kislev is emphasized the phenomena of the redemption, that they are destined to be renewed like it on a higher manner than any other Rosh Chodesh, not only the beginning of the revelation of Kes Aleph, rather also the completion of the revelation of Kislev. And the phenomenon of the redemption is emphasized also in the holiday of the month of Kislev, the Yom Tov of its end, the holiday of Hanukkah, named so because the dedication of the altar of the Beis Hamikdash at the time of the second Beis Hamikdash, which was dedicated anew, Hanukkah's Hashamana, and the main renewal of the dedication of the third Beis Hamikdash and the true and complete redemption through Mashiach, as hinted in the novelty of the number of 8 days of Hanukkah as comparison to the 7 days of Pesach and Sukkos, and the number of 8 flames of Hanukkah in comparison to the 7 flames in the menorah that is in the Beis Hamikdash, in which they took place in the miracle of the oil, a novelty that was accomplished to the service of the Jewish people, in addition to the completeness and creation of the 7 days of creation. And as known, the number 8 is connected to the days of the Mashiach, and in recent generation was added and revealed also in the Yom Tov of Hasidim, the holiday and redemption of the Alter Rebbe, the 19th of Kislev, Rosh Hashanah for Hasidim, and the holiday of the redemption of the Mittler Rebbe, the 10th of Kislev, the inner part of the Torah and aspects of the oil that is in the Torah, the level of Yechida that is in the Torah, which through spreading it outward comes the Master, the King Mashiach, the level of Yechida, the souls of the Jewish people, and who it says, I have found my servant David, I have anointed him with my holy oil. And to add that it is already accepted and spread among the widespread of the Jewish people, and also continuously adding more and more, that the month of Kislev is called the month of redemption, beginning from Rosh Chodesh Kislev, which includes all the days of the month, Rosh Chodesh of redemption, in addition to the general connection of the redemption of the renewal of the moon of every Rosh Chodesh, and with even greater emphasis on the Rosh Chodesh Kislev, which denotes the renewal of the Jewish people who are destined to be renewed like it in the coming of David, King Mashiach. And when we add the explaining connection of the redemption of the Jewish people to the renewal, birth of the moon, who are destined to be renewed like it, for seemingly it's not understood that we find ourselves in the Midrash, so our sages, that completeness of the Jewish people in the time David and Solomon is similar to the full moon, the moon of the first of Nisan, begin to shine, and it continues to shine until 15 days when its sphere is complete. So too the Jewish people, 15 generations from Avram until Shlomo. Avram began to shine. Once Shlomo came, the sphere of the moon was complete. The verse says, and Shlomo sat as king on the throne of Hashem. It was a full moon. And since the true and complete redemption through Mashiach from the dynasty of David and from the children of Shlomo, the state of the Jewish people will be at the height of perfection, even more than the completeness that was in the time of David and Shlomo. The comparison to the full moon on the 15th day of the month is more fitting, that not a new moon on Rosh Chodesh, which just now it was the moon's light and existence renewed in a manner of mere point after being concealed completely in the moment before the birth of the moon, incomparable to the complete light of the moon of the middle of the month, which the sphere of the moon is complete, and most certainly incomparable to the completeness of the light of the moon in the time to come, when we will be the light of the moon, like the light of the sun it will be before it was made small. And when we add the question, emphasize more in connection with Rosh Chodesh Kislev, since Lamed Vav denotes not only the beginning of revelation, Kes Aleph, rather also the completeness revelation, which is accomplished in actuality when the sphere of the moon is complete, and not the moment after its concealment, the moment of its birth. So we must say that the comparison is true in the complete redemption through David King Mashiach into the new moon, and not the full moon, and emphasize the greater virtue that there is a birth and a renewal in comparison to the full and completion in the future redemption through David King Mashiach. We will be revealed in the Jewish people this virtue, who are destined to be renewed as we shall explain. And this will be understood by way of preference at the explanation of the virtue of the birth and renewal regarding the Jewish people, the virtue of a little child close to his birth in comparison to the state of he becoming an adult. It is known and saying the Jewish great, I pray with perspective of a small child, that since he does not know about the levels of godliness, matters of Sefriot, indeed his prayer to Hashem himself, and he is above the level in description, his blessed essence literally. and more in depth. There is an advantage in the small child in the simple sense in comparison to the Jewish great who is praying with the perspective of a small child. A Jewish great, since he knows and understands the matters of the Sefirot, he must negotiate the levels and descriptions to him and not to his attributes through contemplating upon the fact that all levels and descriptions that he understands are only descriptions what Hashem does not lack. For example, the idea of capable, which is ascribed to Hashem, eliminates from Hashem any form of the opposite of capability, and the similar idea of the wise and desirable eliminates from Hashem any form of the opposite of wisdom. And so he continues and eliminates, reaching higher and higher levels until the ultimate knowledge that I do not know you, that he reaches the conclusion that it is not possible to understand or grasp the essence of Hashem. And since he reaches this through negating all the levels and descriptions, indeed, also when he has directed his attention to the essence of Hashem, who is higher than all the levels, descriptions, and virtues, in the perspective of a small child, he feels it is in itself a sense of Hashem being great and beyond, moreover, that the feeling of his greatness is due to the sense of Hashem being wondrous by meaning of eliminating levels and descriptions. Whereas regarding a small child, since he had no knowledge of the levels and experience and descriptions, that he had no need to eliminate levels and descriptions, his intention is to Hashem himself, who is not even in the category of level, description, or virtue, the essence of Hashem, to the degree that he does not call by the name Atmos Amahas, the essence of Hashem, since he does not understand the meaning of Atmos and the meaning of Mahos. Rather, Hashem, that is all, who is not in the category of level, description, or virtue. And also it is also called in Yiddish Dir Eibishter, which means the one above. The intention of the child is not to describe the virtue of the wondrous aspect of Hashem's existence, rather that he is found above. Aside from the fact that he is found above, he does not know what he is, only that he exists, and in truth it is not possible to say about him existence, entity, or matter, since these words have from some form of content of definition, only because it is necessary to use an expression, since being one wants to speak about him in term existence is used in the word of the Alter Rebbe. The luminary is revealed, found is below, and therefore even a little child knows that there is a God existing. And as a result of this, the difference between them is expressed also in the relation to the level of the existence of the person that bonds with godliness. For a Jewish great who knows and understands how wondrous godliness is through the eliminating and levels and descriptions, also the connection of Hashem in the completeness is in a manner of being disconnected from physicality and negating his existence, negating his comprehension, including negating his existence through the power of self-sacrifice. Batal be'etzmus, complete self-negation. However, also then indeed he is giving up his soul, his will. Whereas regarding a small child, that already at the start of the luminary is revealed above the knowledge that there is a God that exists, and also his knowledge of the small child does not have, indeed this is in his entire existence. It's evident in all the details of the matter, his eating and his drinking, etc. And the terminology of the Hasidic teaching for the Jewish great that bonds with Hashem and revealed mainly with the level of revelation is not that much due to the essence of the soul. The bond with Hashem is through and relative to understanding the grasping of the intellect and attributes of the heart, and higher than this, his will and pleasure, including the complete bond with Hashem through the level of Yechida, which after that is great qualities is only one of the 5 names that is called it, the soul itself, a name which denotes the specific description and definition, Yechida, to unite with you, that is only the whole desire to leave its existence and unite with Hashem. Whereas regarding a small child, the bond with Hashem is due to the essence of the soul that is higher than all 5 names, that it is called also above the level of mere portion of Hashem, up high literally. And the explanation of this is the service of every single Jew every day, the beginning of the day of every single Jew from young to old is by saying Modeh Lefnecha, acknowledging that I am before you immediately after waking up from the sleep before Negev Vaser, namely that the foundation of the service the whole entire day is a submission and acknowledgement of Hashem to the degree that even before the existence of the person felt I, there is already the submission and acknowledgement to Hashem, Modeh, which This is the submission acknowledgement which extends from the essence of the soul, not an aspect and feeling. We may say that this is hinted also in the word moda, the numerical value of 55, hen, which hints to the existence, which hints to the essence of Hashem, which the essence of the soul is directed to. And when we say that about this, it says, hen, behold, is a nation that dwells alone. The essence of Hashem above, higher even than the level of Yehida that is bound and united with only one of the world. Rather, of the verse says, "Hand behold to Havaya Elokecha, Hashem your God is in the heaven and the heavens of the heaven, and the earth and all that is in it." And that Hain denotes the level is before you, the higher that Havaya Elokecha, all that is revealed, Havaya that is hidden, Elokim, and most certainly above the heavens and the heavens of the heavens. And since also Yehida is only a name of the essence of the soul, not the essence of the soul, we must say that there is a phenomenon that precedes also I before you, the submission to the level of Yehida extended from the essence of the soul that is also higher than Yehida, which is connected to the essence of Hashem, literally above all descriptions, definitions, and virtues. And when we say that this is emphasized at the time of the awakening from asleep, when he becomes a new creation, a newborn child, even before one begins to say Modeh Ani Lefanecha. Saying Modeh Ani Lefanecha is a motion of the submission and acknowledgement in thought, speech, and also action, since the movement of the lips is counted as action, which is leaving his existence. And before this, and higher than this, in the revelation of his existence as in itself, before there begins any motion in leaving his existence, the moment that he arises from his sleep, that there is nothing else aside from the revelation, renewal, and birth of his existence after the concealment of the time, which being in one existence with the essence of Hashem, the Jewish people and Hashem are one. The essence of Hashem that is in him is awakened and revealed. And based on this, we may say that the state of awakening from sleep, the revelation of the essence of his existence, is the foundation of the aspects of the service after through his whole day. And in order that their revelation from high to low, first and foremost, the motion of the submission and acknowledgement and level of Yehida, which is expressed in the regarding of Modeh Ani Lefanecha, and afterwards, after watching Neger Vaser, the blessing of Elokai Neshama, my God, the soul that you placed in me, is pure, and you created it, you formed it, you blew it into me, which refers to the details and level of the soul, and Atzilas, Bria, Yitzira, and Asiya, which correspond to the four names, levels, Chaya, Neshama, Ruach, and Neshama, and Nefesh, Chaya, Neshama, Ruach, and Nefesh, and after this, the rest of the morning blessings, which the sages institute to correlate with the order of the world and its conduct, and how the creations have pleasure from it every day, and more in detail in the service of the prayer, which has in it four rungs corresponding to the four worlds of Atzilus, Bria, Yetzirah, and Asiya, and the request of his needs, and after this it is drawn also in his service in the world, after going from the synagogue to the study hall, go about living in a manner of earth, to make him, blessed be he, a dwelling in the lowest realms. Based on the above, we may explain the content of the innovation of the true and complete redemption through David King Mashiach, who are destined to be renewed like the new moon specifically, and not similar to the full moon. The virtue of the new moon on Rosh Chodesh in comparison to the full moon on the 15th of the full moon is regarding the light as the aspect of revelation, namely that from day to day the light of the moon increases until its full light, whereas the virtue of the new moon is not about the light being that it is only not about to begin to shine, rather regarding its existence, the essence that is above revelation, that above the height of the concealment, the moment before the birth, is the existence of the moon is renewed and revealed, only that this existence, the essence that is higher than revelation, is drawn and comes out actually and revealed in the revelation of the light of the moon from day to day until the completeness of the full moon, that also the aspect of revelation is drawn and permeated by essence. And from this it is understood that the main virtue of the true and complete redemption is expressed by the renewal of the moment of birth, since then it is revealed the essence of the moon, and similarly regarding the Jewish people who are destined to be renewed like it, the revelation of the essence of the existence of the Jewish people, the existence of the soul, moreover, that this is the essence is drawn and revealed literally, namely, that also the level of revelation which there is added light of the moon from the first moment to the second moment to the full moon is felt in the essence that is above revelation, the renewal of the moment of the birth that is time to come will be seen actually and openly, the true existence of the Jewish people, the essence of the soul, which is one with the essence of Hashem. The Jewish people and Hashem are one, as is drawn, permeates, and revelate and revealed in all levels of the 5 names of the souls called, and all the soul powers, pleasure and will, intellect and emotion, that their garments of the thought, speech, and action of the physical body, all 248 limbs, 365 sinews, is all evident in them actually and openly that the Jewish people and Hashem are one. And based on this, we may say that the true completeness of the time to come, that also in the level of revelation will be felt in the essence of the above revelations, emphasized mainly on Rosh Chodesh, Kislev, Lamed Vav, Kes Lamed Vav, that also in the complete revelation, Lamed Vav, the numerical value of Ela, these, the full and complete moon, is evident that not just now was renewed the first moment after the concealment. Lamed Vav, following the bound to Kes, the moment of the birth upon which it's renewed and revealed in the essence of the moon, namely the essence that is above revelation permeates and is drawn in a level of revelation. And when we add that this is the matter emphasized also in the holiday, in the month of Kislev, Hanukkah, and the 19th of Kislev, and the 10th of Kislev, which are connected to the oil that is the Torah, and innermost of the Torah was revealed in the Hasidic teachings, for through the Hasidic teachings is accomplished the phenomenon of I know Him, I become Him, in the revelation of the essence of Hashem and knowledge, a taste and preparation for the complete knowledge of godliness in the time to come, that the occupation of the whole entire world will be only to know Hashem, as the verse says, for the world is full of knowledge of Hashem as the water covered the sea, and most certainly the Jewish people that are all of them will know me, the revelation of me, not only creator or even emanator, rather the essence of Hashem in a matter of knowledge, and based on what is known that all the matters of the time to come are dependent on the actions and our service through the entire time of exile. It's understood that the service and preparation for the true and complete redemption through Mashiach, there must be something similar to the taste of the renewal of they are destined to be renewed like it, similar to the renewal of the new moon, which is the content of the revelation, the essence of the Jewish people, the essence of the Jewish people, the essence of the soul is higher than also level Yechida. And the addition to what is spoken many times, that the true and complete redemption through Mashiach comes through every single Jew, revealing the spark of Mashiach that is in him, the level of Yechida, as we should add and correct that the main intention is not the level of Yechida, which is the one of the 5 names that the essence of the soul is called, rather the revelation of the essence of the soul literally, which is the true content of Mashiach, both the spark of Mashiach that is in every single Jew, as well as the most certainly the general Mashiach, and the essential of the Jewish people that is higher than the level of Yechida. And when we say that this is hinted in the wording of the verse, I have found David my servant with holy oil, I anointed him. I have found also the idiom of which exists, which denotes the existence of the existence that is higher than the description of definition, also higher than the category of existence, and only because it is necessary to use a specific expression of the word mitzoi is used, namely that I found David my servant refers to the essence of the soul of Mashiach that is higher than the description and definition, also higher also than the level of the general Yechida, which therefore is called the name existence I found. And after this, with the holy oil I anointed him, which oil refers to the level of the general Yechida that is the soul of Mashiach, which permeates all these matters, similar to oil that penetrates everything. And the content of this in the service of every single Jew, that also before one accomplishes upon himself the revelation of the level of Yechida, submission, acknowledgement, and this dedication to Hashem, including that one is found in a state that one is not permitted to think about words of Torah, is certainly not in the level of Yechida that is in the Torah, innermost part of the Torah. There is the essence of the existence, the essence of the soul, the knowledge only awakening from sleep. accomplishes and brings all matters of service, literally, actually, as it is permeated with the revelation, the essence of the soul, that this is the true content of the coming of Mashiach, the existence of the Jewish people are revealed actually. And when we say that this is hinted in the words of our sages, all the days of your life, to bring the days of Mashiach, all the days of your life, meaning every single moment that a person lives, both in the day as well as in the night, both when awake and when asleep, which also then he lives through breathing air, kol, hanashama, tehillah, yud, ke. Every neshama soul shall praise Hashem. Upon every neshama breath that a person breathes, he shall praise Hashem, and he must be every moment, unlike eating and drinking, that all the days of your life bring the days of Mashiach, meaning that the liveliness every single moment in bringing the days of Mashiach, namely, not only in the time that he thinks, speaks, and does activities to bring the days of Mashiach, rather the essence of his liveliness, your life, to bring the days of Mashiach. And we may add regarding the precise words of the bring the days of Mashiach, to bring specifically, and not the common terminology to add in the days of Mashiach in plural, that when the liveliness of every single Jew is in the above mentioned aspect of Mashiach, this brings automatically to the state of the days of Mashiach, that the essence of the Jewish people will be revealed literally, actually, and in this itself to the day of Mashiach in plural, which we may say hint to the two general periods that are in the day of Mashiach. This alludes to the number of the numerous ascents that there will be in the days of Mashiach in the matter of going from strength to strength with no end. And in more detail, the phenomena of all the days of your life to bring the day of a Mashiach is expressed in the fact that immediately upon awakening, the essence of the soul, the essence of his existence, and revealed only in the essence that he feels in the breathing and air of the sense of Mashiach, the air of Mashiach. In the words of our sages, the wind of the King Mashiach, and when we say that the air, wind of Mashiach is also higher than the light of Mashiach, for the light of Mashiach refers to the revelation of Mashiach through his accomplishments. Like he will wage the wars of Hashem until he wins, and the like, whereas the air of Mashiach refers to the essence, life of Mashiach, namely the revelation of the essence, him existing also before reigning as the King Mashiach, and after the revelation of his essence, of his existence, and after the revelation of his essence, Mashiach, and after the revelation of his existence, air that is incomparably higher than the light of Mashiach, begins with the revelation of the all, begins the revelation to the eyes of all through his accomplishments, the light of Mashiach. And based on this, it's understood that the main innovation of the coming of Mashiach is the revelation of his existence. I found David my servant for all the details in the matter. After this, the revelation to the eyes of all through his accomplishments to redeem the Jewish people, and all the aspects of the days of Mashiach come to an outcome and extension from revelation of his existence, and are included in it, just as the birth of the moon includes the revelation of light in a matter of addition from moment to moment until the full moon. And this will be a greater appreciated based on the accurate wording of all the days of your life to bring the days of Mashiach, that life force, your life when it exists as revealed, brings automatically to the days of Mashiach, since his existence, his life force, includes all the details and aspects of days of Mashiach, that all of them are included in the revelation of the essence of his existence, birth of the moon. And regarding action is the main thing, since there was already the new moon, that they are destined to be renewed like it on Rosh Chodesh Kislev, Rosh Chodesh of redemption, the third month, which is connected to the third redemption and the third base of Migdash of the year Tav Shin Nun Base 5752, acronym of the words meaning it will be a year of wonders in it, Bakol, Mikol, Kol, in all ways. Every single Jew must add with advanced vigor and greater strength, emphasizing the phenomenon of all the days of your life to bring the days of Mashiach through his entire existence immediately upon awakening from his sleep. It's permeated with the life force of Mashiach, which this is the essence of the existence of every single Jew, the Mashiach in him, which brings to the days of Mashiach. And this can and must be also this very moment through arousing anew with a renewed strength of the essence of the soul, similar to the awakening from his sleep, to bring to the day of Mashiach through him adding another one mitzvah in order to cause the scale to tip in order to cause the scale to tip to the side of merit for him and the entire world and bring him and them salvation. And all this not specifically in lofty matters that are connected to the level of Yechida, like studying and spreading Hasidic teachings in Yechida, the Torah, rather also in mainly simple matters like providing the physical needs of a Jew that are connected to the essence of his existence, soul and a body, including especially the additional needs of the month of Kislev in the days of Hanukkah, day and joy, offering praise in which we add in joyous meals, including also the custom of giving Hanukkah geld and the custom of our Rebbe's, our leaders, and before this, the meals and Hasidic gatherings and joy of days of redemption of the 10th and 19th of Kislev. And may it be the will of Hashem that this is the main thing, and in the beginning of the month of Kislev, the month of redemption should come actually in a revealed way, the true and complete redemption, the beginning of the redemption and its completeness through Mashiach. A king will stand from the dynasty of David to the extent that he will correct the world to serve Hashem as one, as the verse says, and I will transform the nations to serve Hashem as one. Also, as hinted also, and as hinted also in the end and culmination of the words of the Haftorah of the past week and the beginning of this week's Parsha, the Haftorah of the past week concludes with the announcement, Yehi Adonenu HaMelech David La'olam, long live my master David forever, the eternity of the kingship of David, which continues into the kingship of Shlomo, which its completeness is through the King Mashiach, who is from the house of David and the children of Shlomo, which the content of this announcement is the revelation of the existence of the King Mashiach. And through this and after this comes his revelation to the eyes of all through his activities, as hinted in the beginning of the Parsha of the week. And these are the children who were given birth to Yitzhak, that the birth told us of the King Mashiach, the revelation of his existence in a manner that is openly revealed to the eyes of all, and these to the extent that whoever hears Yitzhak will rejoice in laughter for me, Yitzhak, moreover, that he influences also the nations of the world, both the refinement of Lavan in the Parshas of Vayetze, as well as the refinement of Esau in the Parshas of Yeshlach, until I will come to my master Tiseir in the days of Mashiach, as the verse says, and saviors will ascend the Mount of Sion and to judge the mountain of Esau, and the kingship will be for Hashem, literally, immediately. Thank you for watching. Chodesh Tov, Zayga Bench, and a good Erev Shabbos. By the way, this episode is dedicated to the upcoming wedding of Ishai and Ilana. May they make a holy home and have beautiful Jewish children connected to Yiddishkeit, and we wish them Mazel Tov.